Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Curse of Oak Island. Teen finds a coin on Lot 5 and a massive cavity at the Money Pit. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, the Fellowship got to work on Lot 5 and immediately started finding artifacts, including an ancient coin. And at the Money Pit, the team was perplexed by a massive, unnatural-looking cavity at 150 feet below the surface. There were a lot of different things happening on last night's episode as the guys constantly investigated new avenues of exploration. The main focus and expense for this season was supposed to be the exploration of the garden shaft. But with that project bogged down in government bureaucracy, the Lagina brothers needed to determine what else they could afford to do to keep things moving. The biggest point of news this week was the acquisition of Lot 5, a 4-acre area on the north side of the island that previously belonged to treasure hunter Robert Young. Over the years, Young discovered numerous artifacts, including old coins and buttons, but the area had remained frustratingly out of reach to the Fellowship. Now Rick Lagina compared his excitement to getting the keys to the family car at 16 years old. Gary Drayton wasted no time in hunting for treasure on Oak Island's Lot 5. Gary Drayton was itching to get out to Lot 5 to begin the hunt, and his metal detector started pinging almost immediately. Gary, aided by Rick and Laird Niven, soon pulled 2 old tools, perhaps chisels, out of the ground. Lot 5 has never been inhabited, and no buildings are known ever to have existed there, so the discovery of any human tools will always lead to questions about what happened in the area in the past. However, the real excitement came later when Gary unearthed part of a coin. He determined it to be an old handcrafted coin and speculated that it had been cut in half because that was how change was given in the past. Gary was also hopeful it was made of silver. Back at the interpretative center, the coin was placed in the XRF machine to determine its chemical makeup. Unfortunately, it was not silver. It was a copper coin made with arsenical bronze, which is interesting because arsenical bronze was largely phased out in the 16th century. It may not be Bravo Tango, the guy's code for buried treasure, but it's certainly very interesting. The coin is made from the same material as the barter token discovered a few weeks ago on the nearby Lot 7. This means 2 objects, both at least 500 years old, were discovered in close proximity to each other. Team investigates mysterious underground cavity in the Money Pit area. Another interesting area on last night's show was the massive cavity at the bottom of the L15 borehole in the Money Pit area. In the last couple of weeks, the guys discovered a huge cavity/void at approximately 150 feet, along with what appeared to be an opening to a possible tunnel or chamber. This week, the team sent down a sonar detector in an attempt to map the area. They discovered that the cavity is linear in shape and is at least 30 feet long. It lies just above the bedrock in limestone, and the guys can't think of how it could have occurred naturally. The team was also intrigued to learn that the cavity lies at the same depth as the infamous chapel vault. This is something that will need to be investigated further. Unfortunately, the guys have neither the time nor the money for a full-scale dig of the area this season. But it's definitely a case of watch this space. In the misty dawn of Oak Island, where legends of lost treasure whispered through the trees, the team found themselves at a new juncture. The air was heavy with anticipation as they gathered on Lot 5, a seemingly inconspicuous plot that had long been overshadowed by the infamous Money Pit. Yet it was here that the island had decided to reveal one of its tantalizing secrets. Rick and Marty Lagina, the intrepid brothers whose obsession with the island's mysteries had fueled years of relentless pursuit, led their team through the thick underbrush. The ground was uneven, roots and rocks creating a treacherous path, but their resolve was unshaken. As they neared the center of Lot 5, A glint of something metallic caught Rick's eye. "Hold up," he called out, dropping to one knee. The rest of the team gathered around, their breaths held in collective suspense. Rick brushed away the dirt with the careful precision of an archaeologist unearthing an ancient relic. There, nestled in the soil, was a coin. Its weathered surface bore the unmistakable markings of age and history. Marty knelt beside his brother, eyes wide with excitement. "What do you think, Rick? Could this be part of the treasure?" Rick held the coin up to the light, turning it slowly. "It's hard to say for sure, but it's definitely old. We need to get this analyzed, see if it matches any known currency from the periods we're investigating." The team buzzed with renewed energy, the discovery of the coin reigniting the flames of hope. As they carefully bagged and tagged their find, thoughts raced about what it could signify. Was it merely a lost traveler's coin, or a breadcrumb leading to something much grander? Meanwhile, at the money pit, another team was hard at work, drilling into the earth with the precision of surgeons. They were following up on seismic testing data that had suggested the presence of a large underground cavity. For years, the money pit had been a treacherous maze of tunnels, booby traps, and flooded shafts, but the prospect of a massive cavity reignited hopes of a breakthrough. Jack Begley, the ever-optimistic treasure hunter with a knack for defying odds, stood by the drill rig, his heart pounding in sync with the rhythmic thud of the drill. Beside him, Charles Barkhouse, the island's historian, reviewed the latest data on a tablet. "If this cavity is as large as the data suggests," Charles mused, "it could very well be a treasure chamber. The historical records we've examined mention the possibility of multiple storage sites underground." Jack nodded, wiping sweat from his brow. "Let's just hope the drill hits something solid soon." "I've got a good feeling about this one, Charles." The drill descended deeper, its progress slow but steady. Every minute felt like an hour as the team waited with bated breath. Then, suddenly, the drill bit struck something. The sound was different, a hollow echo that sent a jolt of adrenaline through the team. "Stop the drill!" Jack shouted, his voice barely containing his excitement. The team gathered around, peering into the monitor that displayed the drill's progress. The hollow sound indicated they had breached the ceiling of the cavity. Carefully, they lowered a camera down the borehole. The footage was grainy, but as the camera descended, the scope of the cavity became apparent. It was vast, the walls lined with what appeared to be wooden beams, likely remnants of centuries-old construction. "Look at that!" Marty's voice crackled over the radio. He had joined the team at the money pit after receiving the news. "This could be it. We might have found the main chamber." Rick joined him, his eyes fixed on the monitor. "This is incredible. If we can safely access this chamber, we might finally uncover the island's greatest secret." The team moved with careful precision, lowering additional equipment to map the cavity and assess its stability. Every piece of data confirmed what they had hoped. This was no natural formation. The cavity was man-made, its size and structure suggesting it could indeed house treasure. As night fell over Oak Island, the team gathered around a bonfire, the glow illuminating their faces, each marked by the thrill of discovery and the fatigue of relentless pursuit. The coin found on Lot 5 and the massive cavity at the money pit were pieces of a puzzle they had been assembling for years. Rick raised a toast, his voice carrying the weight of their journey. To the team, to perseverance, and to the island that never stops surprising us. We've come a long way, and tonight, we stand on the brink of something monumental.